Okay, so 3 Scotland fans booked their World Cup trip the moment that the United States approved their travel. And then with about 9 days until the FIFA World Cup starts, the United States changed their authorization approved status of their ESTA over to travel not authorized. I said this a few months ago when FIFA was really starting to get into the news, that even an approved status isn't a guarantee. Scott found out the hard way, and so did Andrew and Nelson Speirs. Now, just think about all the money that they spent on this once-in-a-lifetime trip. And literally, they could see like the finish line, and then their status was changed to travel not authorized. So I'm going to go over this article with everyone and also like remind everybody of the warning signs that we already had. But the stories of Scott, Nelson, and what was the last guy's name? Andrew. These are not unique. Because in another article here, it says dozens of fans who completed the form say their application status changed this week from approved to travel not authorized. Now, the biggest question that everyone probably has is how can it go from like approved status since like December, and then a week before the FIFA World Cup starts, it changes to travel not authorized? Well, we don't know those answers. We'll probably never know. But do you want to take that risk? And I'm not even talking about just the FIFA World Cup right now. I'm just talking in general. Makes this little guy's statement about how the United States is friendly and welcoming a little bit weird, doesn't it? So we'll get into this article now, and if I have time, I'll read the second one out as well. But the first article is titled, Scotland fans heartbroken as travel permits to the World Cup withdrawn last minute. As always, I'll read this out for those that are just listening and also for the visually impaired. And to that one guy who says it's annoying every time I say this, well, I do it to make sure that everybody's included, and also for a common courtesy. And if you don't like it, well, you don't have to watch. But I have to say, you must be really fun at parties. Alright, getting on with the article. Scotland football fans say they are devastated at last-minute changes to travel permits could prevent them from traveling to the World Cup. UK citizens who want to go to the United States for up to 90 days without a visa need to apply for the country's electronic system for travel authorization, ESTA. But dozens of fans who filled out the form have said on social media that their application status has changed this week from approved to travel not authorized. That's a shitty notification to get. Some have told BBC Scotland News they could lose out on thousands of pounds in travel costs due to the changes, with Scotland's first World Cup game kicking off in less than 2 weeks. Now, I know what a lot of us are thinking right now, because I'm thinking the same thing. Number one, why the hell are you going? And number two, you put yourself in this situation. I've done plenty of reports in the past where FIFA superfans, they've been to like multiple World Cups, but this time around, they said no, just because it was too risky for them. And some of these superfans said they felt more safe in Brazil and Russia. So unfortunately, like for these dozens of people that got their application rejected, if you're looking at a wall and it says wet paint and you touch the wall, you can't complain that you have paint on your hands, because unfortunately that's on you, and there were warning signs everywhere. All right, let me get back to the article before I start venting again. Out of the blue, Scott Braid, 43, from Kirkcaldy, was due to fly out to Boston on 12 June with his wife and 2 kids. He applied for his ESTA, and once he got approved, he thought he was good to go and booked the once-in-a-lifetime trip. He told BBC Scotland News, out of the blue on Tuesday, I got an email saying that there's been an update to your ESTA status. He said it had moved from approved to pending, and then 2 hours later, it changed to travel not authorized. Now, a question for everyone watching this right now. Is anybody surprised right now? Like, honestly, are we surprised that this is happening? I mean, I'm not an expert in this kind of stuff, but I mean, just the patterns, the attitude, the track record, it was bound to happen. I mean, I still don't understand why people put themselves in these situations. I mean, everything is preventable. But for some reason, people insist on touching the wet paint and then complaining about it after. Anyways, let's get back to the article. Ever since I started doing no scripts, I have to hold back on not venting every single time I read a sentence. But hey, you're getting the real GTL now. Anyways, Scott said he's especially frustrated given that he had a previous ESTA that expired in 2024, and he traveled to America in 2023 without issues. Since I've done that ESTA, there's been absolutely no change to my circumstances, he said. That's a frustrating thing, not knowing why this has happened. Scott said he's encouraging his family to go ahead with the trip, in the hopes that he will be able to join them partway through, after securing a visa appointment in Belfast next week. Okay, I didn't know that. I thought it was his whole family got rejected, not just him. Moving on. The same thing happened to 2 brothers, Andrew and Nelson Speirs, also from Kirkcaldy. Nelson said they applied for their ESTA on 14 December, and they were approved the next day. The form stayed that way until 3 of June, when it was updated to say they were not allowed to travel. It's not given us very much time to do anything about it, he told BBC Scotland News. Well, with 7 or 9 days till the World Cup starts, I don't have very much faith that these guys are actually going to be able to go. But one thing I do know, the airlines, the hotel, and FIFA, they got their money already, so they don't care. Moving on. I don't think it's fair. They shouldn't authorize somebody to go, then take it back. We didn't book anything until we were authorized. He had planned to travel to Miami as part of a trip for Andrew's 40th birthday celebrations at a total cost of £10,000. Wow. He said the news left him heartbroken. The brothers showed BBC Scotland News screenshots from the ESTA website showing their applications were approved, but have now been updated. They managed to get an appointment at the US consulate in Belfast on 11th of June. Now, I wouldn't count on that appointment having anything positive coming out of it. I mean, who knows, maybe they do. But we already know the track record. Now, the last paragraph of this article just explains what an ESTA is. I mean, I guess for us Canadians, we don't need it. In order to travel to America, applicants must complete a form, pay a fee, and receive approval before travel. An approved ESTA is usually valid for 2 years and allows multiple short visits. UK citizens with certain criminal records convictions or immigration issues are usually not eligible. In December, the White House said it wanted to make social media checks part of the process for applying for the permissions. Anyone who does not qualify for an ESTA has to apply for a US visa instead. But this can be a lengthy process. Scotland kicks off its World Cup campaign on June 12th June. BBC Scotland News has approached the US Embassy in London, Homeland Security, and the US Custom Border Protection. I don't think you're going to hear anything from them. But when it comes to these 3 fans who got rejected, and the dozens of others who are also in the same position, my guess, maybe some of them might have the status reversed, but I just get the feeling that the United States doesn't care. And these citizens from Scotland, I mean, they're not going to be a priority for immigrations. Now, this is not just happening to fans around the world, because even a player from the Switzerland team didn't initially have his documents approved. Now, I'm going to read a little bit from this article. Switzerland forward Brio Embolo was delayed flying to the United States for the World Cup on Tuesday because his travel documents were under review. Unfortunately, Brio Embolo is currently unable to travel to the United States with the team, the Swiss Soccer Federation said, saying his ESTA was no longer approved. Ooh, sounds familiar. The Swiss were due to fly to Zurich around lunchtime local time Tuesday to Los Angeles before going to the World Cup training camp in San Diego. It's the third World Cup where Embolo is set to be Switzerland's first choice striker after 24 goals and 86 internationals. However, at 10:30 a.m., we were informed that his ESTA application had been placed under further review, the Swiss Federation said without elaborating. It is unclear why the US has concerns about the 29-year-old Embolo, who had previous issue with authorities in Germany and Switzerland around the COVID-19 pandemic. He was disciplined in 2021 by then club Borussia Mönchengladbach. I'm not going to attempt that. For attending a party with friends during a lockdown. In 2024, he was linked to a criminal case in Basel to buying forged test certificates in 2021. Okay, I'm going to guess that these were contributing factors for him. But lucky for him, and obviously because he's a high-profile case, he's been now approved to go to the United States. Next article is titled, Switzerland striker Embolo gets visa, can travel to US for World Cup. The update from this article, Switzerland striker Brio Embolo received a visa Thursday and headed to the World Cup following a 2-day delay in the authorization of his travel to the United States. We have just been informed that Brio Embolo's visa has been approved, the Swiss Soccer Federation said in a statement about the case that involved a criminal conviction for an incident in 2018. So long story short, he gets to go, but then obviously he's a player in the FIFA World Cup, so he's probably going to get a priority. But will Scott, Andrew, and his brother Nelson get the same priority and treatment as well? I kind of doubt it. So these are the first reports they're getting from fans being rejected, not even like in the country yet. But I think the next step's going to be, my guess is that we're going to hear World Cup fans who did manage to get on the plane, landed in the United States, but were detained and weren't able to watch the game that they actually wanted to. Sure, thousands are going to get through, and they will get through with no issue. Some will be bullied, profiled, given a hard time by CBP, but they will manage to go through. But one thing that we do know is that it's not a seamless process for everybody, and it's not as seamless as this idiot says.
Well, the perceptions are well known, Richard. The facts are not. And that's kind of what I'm here in Europe trying to explain to people. Unfortunately, misperceptions are that the United States is unsafe, it's unwelcoming, it's inhospitable, it's too expensive, that people are going to come, they're going to have their social media poured over, they're going to be detained, put on a flight home. All of that is absolute nonsense. 99.9% of people that are going to be traveling to the United States, tourists of America, are going to experience a seamless time from the moment they land to the moment they take off again.
And I guess if you reject them before they get to your country, it doesn't count towards your stats. But it is a dick move by a country to reject the status like a week before they are set to fly to the United States when it's been approved since December. But hey, I guess the United States can do whatever the hell they want. But situations like this, the global community is not going to forget about these things. It's going to be in people's minds who, if they require a visa or an ESTA, that it could be rejected like weeks or even days before you're set to fly out. I mean, let me ask a question here, and I hope the community replies in the comments. If you're from the UK, Australia, Switzerland, Spain, Sweden, Singapore, or any other country that requires an ESTA to go to the United States, what I just read out to you, does that make you more comfortable to go to the US or less comfortable? Because for me, knowing that a vacation that you paid for, the hotels, the flights, the events, maybe you go on a cruise or something, all of that is prepaid. And your entire trip to the United States and your events and everything that you're going to be doing could be yanked away from you within a week of flying out. So for those that require an ESTA to go to the United States, let us know your comments below. Now getting back to these FIFA fans, I really don't know what to tell you. I mean, the signs were everywhere, and you decided to still touch the wet paint. I'm just wondering how many more fans there are in this situation that haven't been reported yet. And I'm also wondering how much money they spent on this trip. I mean, I'm just thinking right now, I don't know what would be refundable. And would travel insurance even cover this? I mean, maybe they have a case. I mean, the ESTA was approved and they booked and then it was disapproved. But I don't know. I'm guessing travel insurance won't cover this. And I'm also glad I'm not in this situation. To close off this video, I would like to thank Karen from our Discord server for posting this photo of the Packwash Lake camp in Ear Falls, Ontario. Definitely looks like a storm's coming in. But thanks, Karen, for posting this in the Discord server and sharing it with the community. Alright everyone, that's it for this video. If you found any value in anything I said today, or you want to hear more from a Canadian and international point of view without the US media bias, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button below. That way you'll be notified of my future videos. And don't forget to hit the bell icon and select all as well. Now, if you want to see more of my videos, check out the ones that are going to show up on your screen shortly. Thanks everyone, I'll catch you in the next one.